If you find that when you're playing lead guitar, you are stuck in one area of the fretboard, limited by your fretboard knowledge and technique, and you're just really struggling to break out of the boxes, then in this particular lesson, I'm going to show you my 3-stage approach to how I help my students unlock their fretboard. So the first thing that I would suggest that any guitar player needs to do is they've got to learn their fretboard inside and out. And I've done a video about that previous to this, so you may want to check that out just before watching all of this stuff. But if you don't know your fretboard, you're going to really struggle with implementing these kind of ideas. Now, I am a rock guitar player. I play hard rock, metal, fusion, those kind of things, blues and all of that sort of stuff as well. The concepts that I'm going to show you here are applicable to any guitar player in any style. So first things first, I would look at being able to play your scales along the length of a string. So if I pick the key of E minor, because E minor is a very, very common guitar key, you might want to be able to play the E natural minor scale up and down the fretboard. So first things first, I would map that along the length of one string. So starting on your E note, you're going to then go F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, and then just keep going as far as you can. I've got a 2-octave fretboard, so I'm going to go up to A, B, C, D, and E again. Now, when you can play that along the length of a single string, what you might want to do is start playing a bit of a more guitaristic type fingering. So if you use a guitaristic type fingering, you're probably going to use 3 notes in the fretting hand, okay? So if I now play E, F sharp, G, A, that's the kind of shape that I'm going to get. Now, with that sort of thing, you can play a nice little triplet pattern, especially if you start that on the F sharp, and it will come out something like this. We'll do that same thing again in a typical rock sound. And you can do that sort of thing backwards as well. You don't have to always just progress up the neck. You can go backwards like this kind of thing. So that's the first thing that I would recommend that you want to do, is being able to play along the length of strings. And you want to be able to insert all sorts of different patterns, whether it's picking or legato. So far I was just doing some picky things, but you can play those things with hammer-ons and pull-offs if you enjoy the legato approach. Once you've done that on a single string, I'd probably also take that another stage further and be able to do these things on movable sets of 2 strings. So if you practice little patterns that would come out like this. That's like a little hammer-on-y type thing, but if you can do that across the whole fretboard, a bit faster for you guys. That helps you open up your fretboard massively. Now, another thing that's really important for us rock guitar players and, well, fusion guys and anyone who plays this kind of electric guitar styles is positional playing. Positional playing is super important. The idea of being able to be in one part of the neck and move vertically across, up and down across the fretboard. So if I was playing, staying in my E minor again, if I'm going to be around this position of the guitar neck, I'm going to play patterns like this. Okay, and that's basically taking a very simple sextuplet or groups of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pattern, and then playing it vertically through the notes of my E natural minor scale. Now that sort of thing works brilliantly, and finally, how you want to get to a point where you can play lightning fast runs and all of them sorts of things, where you can go in and out of the entire fretboard wherever you want, is you want to be able to combine this kind of approach, which I call linear motion, playing in lines, against your vertical motion, which is playing across the fretboard like this. If you combine the 2 elements, you will be able to get elements that are crossing strings and moving along the fretboard at the same time. And that will open up the fretboard massively for you. A bit more like this. So the recap of this, guys, is first and foremost, make sure that you can play along the length of the guitar neck, then practice vertical motion, then combine the two elements and you should be able to open up your entire fretboard, okay? Now, if you're looking for way more help with understanding and learning these kinds of things inside and out, there are two significant ways that I can help you. First and foremost, my entire digital book series is now available at the Cutting Edge Guitar website, where you can get nearly 500 pages and 500 exercises, including detailed videos, guitar profiles, downloadable PDFs, supporting audio, and more to help you become an absolute fretboard maestro. If you're looking for even more in-depth, further tuition than all of that, if you become a member at Cutting Edge Guitar, you can get access to lesson packs, online courses, and way more. Super in-depth tuition for you there, guys. I'll drop all of the links in the description boxes below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because if you miss my next lesson, I can't help you. So I will see you soon.